Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, A Wandering Dork with me, Daniel. It's Season 2, Episode 5, and today we're back for a potentially decisive double-header in two competitions. We've got a top-of-the-table clash in the league, which could be decisive in the title race, and a massive first-round FA Cup tie, the finances from which could save the club. But we start quickly on the screen of Cameron Archer, just because there's a bit of important news with him. He's signed a permanent deal at the club, no longer a pay-as-you-play player, so he's someone we've got under contract at last, and he's going to be a superstar for us. We've got a couple of others that have signed heavily reduced deals, Pryor more than half in his wage, and there's a reason we've had to do that as well, as this episode is littered with disaster. So if we go back to the home screen to find out why, you can see it's nothing to do with on-the-pitch action. We're 8 points clear of today's opponents, Dulwich Hamlet, and we should be able to almost wrap up the title with a win. We're very much near the halfway point of the season now, and hopefully it'll be plain sailing from this point forward if we're able to get the win today. Our manager performance is good, everything's happy with the board, however the finances continue to drop, and we felt the first effects of that recently. The board have slashed our wage budget by more than half, from 15 grand to 6,600 a week, and at the moment we're 1,000 over that, though we have been trying to level it out a bit. So we're trying to get players to sign lower deals. Ethan Vaughan and Jason Pryor, as we mentioned, have done that. Pryor going from 625 quid a week all the way down to 275. So that keeps these players here for next season as well, which could be a real positive for us. But we may not be the manager at this club and may not have a long-term series on our hands, and the reason for that was a little screen message from yesterday. Rival consortiums in a tug-of-war for the club. The director's had enough, he's trying to go and keep his money protected, and we've got two consortiums now chasing the team. There was initially interest from a consortium backed by Stephen Baker, as well as a rival group, David Sharp. He's criticised the challenger for declaring a new manager would be installed, and that obviously means we wouldn't have a job. It completely disrespects us, and we're miles top of the league, so let's hope that David Sharp wins out of that race, as we certainly want to keep our job and this story going. I'm absolutely loving it, and I don't want it to end, and if it happened while we were top of the league, I would be absolutely devastated. So that's something we could hear more of in the next couple of weeks, but of course the club hinges on its financial future, and if we look at the schedule to see what's been happening since the last episode, you'll also see who we've got in our big FA Cup tie. So after this game, we're going to play lowly Hornchurch off camera, and then we're going to come back for the big game against Scunthorpe. They're 4th in League 2, they're absolutely flying, and we've already assured ourselves of 35 grand, as this game's going to be broadcast on TV. It should be a money spinner, but you can see we've come into it in brilliant form. Let's have a look at the recent results and performances. So you're with me last for our only defeat of the season, as we trailed at Havant and Waterlooville. They joined us at the top at that point, but they've drastically fallen away since. We won 4-1 at home to Cheshunt with our backup side, Reed, Kavanagh and Presley with a brace, a 1-1 draw at home to Chippenham, a pretty decent result against the side in 3rd at the moment, and in Hampton and Richmond we won 2-0 at, Jason Pryor with a brace in that one. Then 4-0 against Hungerford thanks to an Aaron Presley hat-trick, followed by a 2-0 win at home to Carshalton in the Cup, Cameron Archer with 2 goals for a rotated side. Then a 3-0 win at Concord, Whelan with a brace and Fabio Lopez, before Whelan again getting a winner against 10-man Maidstone, who ironically we were linked with a job with afterwards. We got the manager sacked, and then there was headlines about us joining. We ruled them out categorically, and the fans were very happy to hear it. We then won 2-0 against Chelmsford, Presley and Gallagher again with the goals, before a 4th qualifying round victory in the FA Cup, which has got us this big tie with Scunthorpe. So Jason Pryor and Cameron Archer with late goals in that one, and then we were held at Farnborough 2-2, but in truth that was a pretty decent result on the road. Our other rivals had all been dropping points, and we just made sure we stayed unbeaten. Pryor and Adebayo with his first goal for the club, ensuring that we kept our unbeaten run. And then we played the same opponents at home in the league this time, Bath City being defeated 3-1, our former player Ed Harris with an equaliser just before the break for the away side, but Giorgio, Dwyer and Archer with goals, making it a pretty comfortable victory. Then a narrow win away against Wealdstone in the last game, a brilliant 2-1 victory, Lopez and Archer with the goals for us, and former crewman Vadane Oliver with a goal. Thankfully for us though, it was just a consolation. So we go into this one in pretty good shape on the pitch, no injury or suspension concerns, though of course all the worries are off the pitch, and we've just got to keep winning games and hope that we'll be able to keep our job. In terms of dynamics, pretty much everyone's on board. Everything's now very good and excellent. And in terms of transfer news, we have been trying to reduce the wage bill. One more player leaving the club. Dan Gallagher going on a free to Kings Lynn. Did a really decent job for us actually. Was a solid backup midfielder. And of course at the start of season 1 he was first choice for us briefly, which shows just how far we've come. But he's 250 quid off the wage bill. So let's go and get into this first game today. We're at home to second place Dulwich Hamlet. It's a massive game and we're heavy favourites, though the away side have won their last 5 matches. We've had our usual questions about rotation, just not sure what's our best team at the moment. We've got 15 brilliant players, all of whom can contribute, but again on the wing, the likes of Richards and Presley, they've been rotating into the side, but today we've gone with Pryor and Georgie, so this is the 11 we've got in full. It's Hale Brown in goal, Ethan Vaughan and Amadi the fullbacks. Amadi almost certainly displaced Freddie Grant now. Harbottle and O'Dwyer at centre half, with Gallagher and Whelan in central midfield, Lopez and Georgie on the wings, and Pryor joins Archer up front today. So let's go and get into this top of the table clash and hope we can open the gap to double figures. They've got Danny Mills up front, who's been scoring quite a few this year, 11 in 19 games for him. But other than that, they've got a pretty average side, and we'd like to hope we can get the better of them. If we win this game, it'll be a brilliant result for us. A draw would actually be pretty decent too. Just to keep that gap at the top, we don't want it getting too narrow. We had that against Havant and Waterlooville, although at least we've learnt we don't need to panic. 15 gone here and we're yet to see anything, though Dulwich have had the only shots in the game. It's a free kick on the right for the away side, into the back post and Harbottle clears. Can Whelan get it away for a counter? Over the top to Jason Pryor, he's in 1-on-1. Oh, it's straight at the keeper, the same problem with the clear-cut chances. Of course they wouldn't score every one, but we know that more are missed than should be. An in-swinging corner from Georgie though, Pryor down to Lopez who puts it in. I think it might have been going in anyway from Pryor, and I wish he'd left it to find out because Lopez was offside, and as a result it remains 0-0, but we finally found a foothold in this game. You can see the extra man for Dulwich is paying dividends, 66% possession, and they're dominating the game so far, though we have had 1 or 2 chances ourselves. Dulwich have been a bit of a threat. It's Carline in the middle for them to Chapman. They've got plenty of time in there as they get it wide to Barnes, that extra man just running on the overlap, and he's going to try and deliver here surely. Back to Arlott John who scores, Hale Brown beating at his near post, but it was a thunderous strike and we can't blame him. Dulwich Hamlet lead 1-0, it's a real area of concern for us, and at the moment the gap's back down to 5 points, and it'll give us some food for thought. It's back with Dulwich Hamlet again, another time they're building out from the back, and I think we're going to have to go to a positive mentality as we're completely getting overrun in this game. It's a switch of play to the goal scorer, Amadi clears but only as far as Barnes. He assisted that first goal and he's trying to do the same here. Out to Bolkaya on the left, great delivery to Mills, Harbottle's fouled him, gonna be a penalty and 2-0 down. This is a disastrous first half an hour. Let's just see if Hale Brown can be a hero. The number 7 stepping up to take it. The name's Tommy Hughes, can it be saved? It can't, it's a good penalty into the corner, and we are 2-0 down at home and on course for our first home defeat of the season. We're going to go positive and demand more from the lads, and let's see if we can get a response before the break. It's a free kick from Georgie on the right, Pryor heads it in, there we go, the fight back's on. Just 2 minutes between the goals there, and we've halved the deficit, it's now 2-1. Let's see if we can equalise before the break. It's a throw on the right for Dulwich though, they're coming straight back forward at the other end, Chapman holding it up and finding Arlott John, they're dominating down that flank, and I think we might need Tom Richards' defensive presence. That could be a change we make at half time. Hughes tries to switch it, but Vaughan heads away. The other man has signed a new contract with Pryor, so he's the one youngster we'll definitely have here next year as Archer tries to start a counter. He's put Pryor in, he's run off the defender, another save from a 1-on-1, it's tipped over the bar and another clear-cut chance missed, but we've got another corner to try and score from. We've got O'Dwyer and both Pryor attacking the front post, though it beats both of them and falls for Whelan. His shot's blocked out for a throw-in. Been a cracking first half of football, though a free kick's given for Archer being offside. We're back 2 minutes later with Hale Brown, with a long goal kick forward to the target man. Pryor flicks on for Archer, he's in here, he slots it in. We do not know when we're beaten this side. 2-2 with 5 to the break, and the switching mentality has certainly worked, as we're now back on level terms against Dulwich. The gap's back to 8 points at the top, exactly what we wanted, and now we're ahead, are we? No, it's offside, I didn't see the flag straight away. The near post corners are working brilliantly, Pryor flicking them all on, but this time Lopez didn't beat the offside trap, and unfortunately it remains 2-2. It's Barnes at right back for Dulwich, they're trying to fight back at the other end now. What a game of football it's been yet again. We've had so many great games this season. Here's Tomlinson at left back for the away side, he phones Bolkaya inside. Now Hughes holds it up and goes wide again to Tomlinson. They've got a man over on the wing all the time, and Mills wins the header in a box, but it's just wide of the post. Thankfully it looks like we'll survive to the break. We've got Georgie at the other end now. We can't go 2 minutes without a highlight. It's in and it's a penalty. We've got a penalty just before the break. A chance to take a lead as Lopez has his shirt pulled, and now Jason Pryor can give us the lead. What a fantastic turnaround it'd be. Up steps Pryor. There's a man in the D. Get him out of there. Pryor sends the keeper the wrong way. We lead 3-2 with 2 minutes to the break. And what a 15-minute turnaround that's been. The positive mentality has wiped the floor with the away side, and the gap at the top of the table is now up to 11 points. Well, we're not going to get many better first halves than that. It's just like the Slough game earlier in the year. We're going to tell the lads to keep it up. We're delighted with that last 15. And if we keep our positive mentality, I'm hoping they'll respond with a brilliant performance. 10 minutes gone in the second half. It seems a little bit calmer, but we're back with a throw on the right for Vaughan. Hopefully we can build another attack. It'd be nice to get a 2-goal lead, just so we can try and go forward a bit more. And a long ball in from Vaughan might achieve that. Where's the keeper and what's happened there? Oh, Georgie going up for it. And Barnes just headed it in. Oh, it's been disallowed for offside. How is it offside? Aaron Barnes has scored it. The defender scores a diving header own goal. One of the greatest things I've seen on this game. And then they've ruled it out for offside. Must have been Georgie who was in an offside position. He tried to attack the ball, but he didn't get anywhere near it. I'm a little bit puzzled by that one, but we're coming forward again. Amadi with a big long ball forward, but unfortunately it's no man's land. Tomlinson bringing it away on the left-hand side. Tries to switch the play for Dulwich. It finds Bolkaya, who's over on the right now. He gets it back over to Tomlinson. They're just playing between the two of them, but it is a crossing chance, and there he is at the back post again. 4 switches of play and he's into Barnes, but his shot goes just wide of the post. He seemed to be far better with his head at the other end as Hale Brown goes long with a goal kick. We've got an hour on the clock and we'll think about changes in a moment, but we've got to tee out this attack first. Tomlinson with a through ball and Arlott John's in. Scored the first goal of the game, but he can't score again this time. Brilliant save by Hale Brown, and it's out for a Dulwich corner. Carline will take it. In swinging delivery. White unmarked is a good header, but Hale Brown makes a really good save, and he does very well to hold it too. We're going to go and make a couple of changes as there's some standout poor performers, and then we'll see if we can hold on to this lead for a crucial 3 points at the top. So the 2 poor performers are Armadi at left back, Grant will come on with his extra experience, and then also Fabio Lopez on the right wing, Richards will come on the left, and Georgie switches over to that right flank, everyone in their natural position. 10 to go, we're going to go and make our last change, and with it probably a couple of tactical tweaks. So with Dulwich going 3 up front, I'm going to try and react a little bit here. I'm going to take off Archer after saying I wouldn't take one of the front 2 off. Gallagher's going to drop into the holding role. I don't know what he does best. A ball-winning midfielder on defend. Adebayo's going to go into central midfield. He'll join Whelan in the middle there. We've changed Whelan to a Mazzala on support. Adebayo as a central midfielder on attack. We'll leave the 2 wingers higher up the pitch for now, as both of them are more natural in those positions. It will drop to a balanced mentality though, and let's get back into it to see out the last 10. It's Grant with a throw at left back for us. Need to make sure we don't lose it deep in the pitch. Whelan plays it back to the left back as a result. He's going to concede it as he tries to switch the play. Thankfully it finds Georgie. Back to Whelan. Back to Vaughan the right back and now Gallagher. Long ball forward towards the centre forward. And Pryor's in here if he can take advantage. Been tracked a bit wide. And he holds it up for Richards. Shot just over the bar. It could have been a chance to kill the game off. But at the moment the lead's still just 1. It's a free kick on halfway for Dulwich Hamlet. What a game of football this has been. Chapman switches it to Beliki. He's looked a bit dangerous since he come on. He's got a chance to get to the byline here and deliver. Cuts it back to Arlott John. He's been good as well. It's a good ball in. Headed away as far as Bolkaya. And we've got to make sure we force him backwards. He does go back to halfway to Robson. A chance to get it forward into the box. White's going to make it in a byline. He's unmarked in the middle. What a save that was. He didn't know that Mills was offside. And Hale Brown made a fantastic save. Just 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. We're getting overrun on the wings now, so I am going to drop those midfielders back after this one, but let's just see where this attack goes. Harbottle with a long ball forward all the way through to the keeper, and considering this is key highlights, it's a little bit bizarre. We've seen an awful lot of this football match. The clearance is out to the left to Beliki. You can see there where he's unmarked. We need to get a man out there defending, as Grant does well to clear to Richards. It's Whelan into Adebayo. The substitute finding Pryor, does brilliantly there the target man, and gets it out to the right right to Georgie. He goes back to Vaughan, the right back. Trying to cut it inside here, he's got two options. One of them's Gallagher, who he finds, and in the end he switches it left to Richards. 2 or 3 men running off him. Out to Georgie on the right hand side. Good ball into Richards. He's offside, it's been disallowed. It was a shame because it was a good finish. Let's go back to our tactics screen and bring our midfielders back. Now it's all about clinging on. We're not going to show attacking intent at all. We're also going to time waste all the time, and of course slow the pace down when we get it. There is no need for us to be pressing forward here. It's all about hanging on for a 3-2 win. 45 seconds of stoppage time to go and we're back with an attacking highlight. Grant into Adebayo heads wide. I got a little bit nervous as we rarely have highlights in stoppage time, but with 20 seconds left I think we've just about done it, as long as we don't do anything silly. Dulwich still trying to play out from the back. Commendable, but it's not going to help him at this stage, and that's why Chapman hoops it long over the top. He's found White in one-on-one, forced wide by the defender, and then Grant hacks the ball away, and that should surely just about do it. Blow that whistle, referee. I can't wait any longer. The gap will be 11 points at the top of the league, and it'll almost be title race over. It's Carline in the middle for Dulwich. We're still playing for some reason, with 30 seconds over now, but the whistle goes. We win 3-2 against Dulwich Hamlet. First beat second, we're 11 points clear, and that sends us into the FA Cup tie in style. We're going to rest all of our team in a week and hope we can beat Hornchurch, and then we'll be back next Saturday for a massive tie against Scunthorpe United. Okay, we're back for the midday kick-off, the televised FA Cup first round tie. I'm guessing it's the BT Sport cameras there for Dorking Wanderers v Scunthorpe. Just a quick update for the midweek game in between. A comfortable 4-1 win against Hornchurch. Pryor, Ellis, Kavanagh and Archer with the goals, and a thunderbolt from Campbell at the other end. So we're in pretty good shape going into this one, and we heavily rotated the side so most people are fit. And Scunthorpe at the moment, how are they doing now? They've dropped down to 5th in League 2, but they've still got a very good side in comparison. So let's get in and find out our 11. Of course there's probably not many surprises. We've got Hale Brown in goal, Vaughan and Grant the fullbacks. He's come back in for Armadi, who's in a little bit of poor form. O'Dwyer and Harbottle centre halves, Gallagher and Whelan in the middle. We've gone for Richards and Lopez on the wings, and then Pryor joins Archer up front, as Presley was poor in midweek and he still won't sign a proper contract. So let's get into the game with our usual mentality and see if we can cause a magical FA Cup shock. 4-2-3-1 for Scunthorpe. Plenty of names that you'll recognise from the footballing world there. Hamill and Colclough on the wings in particular. 2 very good players that have played in the higher levels. Both been championship players, I think. So it's pretty good standard of footballers. We're going to tell the lads to pick up where they left off. We'd take another 4-1 win today. Of course this game's going to be a lot more difficult, but we're just going to believe that we can win the game. All the way through the press conferences, I've said that I think we can win. I've got confidence these lads can cause a shock. Let's see if we can create something a little bit special. It's Grant at left back with a free kick. The short ball to Harbottle in the end. We need to get it down the pitch. We need to play more direct. That's the style that works for us. And Archer's in from the long ball. 1-on-1 and scores. What a finish that is. No problem with the clear-cut chances there. We lead Scunthorpe in the 7th minute. And Cameron Archer with another great goal. What a fantastic start. And could we be about to save the club finances? We're back with 16 minutes gone and it's Badu with the ball 20 yards out for Scunthorpe. Back to Lund in the middle of the pitch. He finds Clark as they put in a bit of pressure on now. The first time we've seen them coming forward this game. They've got 2 men over on the left and one of them's Badu. He's going to try to cross it, is he? Goes short to Hamill. He finds Palmer. Shoots. It's just over the bar. Whistled the top of the crossbar. But with 20 gone we lead 1-0. What a fantastic start to the game and long may it continue. It's Badu with a short throw into Palmer. Back to Lund 30 yards out. Plenty of quality and he's been forced short to Palmer. He switches it out to Clark on the right. Time to deliver but Grant gets there. Great defending from him. Clears to halfway and then Scunthorpe will start again. We just can't keep the ball and hold it up front. Palmer to Bailey. Good through ball to Hamill. Vaughan does well to get there first. And Hale Brown clears it long to Pryor. The target man holds it up brilliantly. He finds Vaughan at right back. Long ball over the top and Lopez is in. Can we make it 2? Lopez shoots. It's a brilliant save, Watson. And he's behind for a corner kick. 1 minute to half time and we're back with Lopez on a counter and he's put Archer in 1-on-1. He can't score this time though. There's the clear cut chances. We've had 3 clear cut shots already in this match. Archer's had 2 of them but only scored 1. But at the break we lead 1-0 and we have been perfectly a match for Scunthorpe. We've not looked out of our depth at all and we've looked like we could compete at that level. So we're going to tell the lads we're pleased and get them to keep it up, and if they can do it for 45 more minutes we'd certainly be in dreamland. We've got 35 grand for being on on TV. If we could get to the second round, that would be remarkable. And then we're just one game away from the big boys, where we could go to an Old Trafford or something like that. It's Colclough on the right though. We're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. Out to Clark at right back. Walker heads in and it's 1-1. And we spoke too soon. Stephen Walker scores. It's been an even game, so we can't begrudge an equaliser. It's just frustrating that we've missed so many clear-cut chances. 10 gone in the second half and we're back with a corner though. Richards in towards O'Dwyer. Oh, what a goal! Falls for Whelan 25 yards out on the volley into the corner. We lead 2-1 and I apologise to headphone users, but you can tell that one got me a bit excited. An hour gone and we're back in the lead. What a wonderful game of FA Cup football. Well, 20 to go. Whelan's got a free kick. It's us going forward again. Lopez heads it in, but he's offside. I almost got sent into delirious state there. What a fantastic ball in. But unfortunately, Lopez just offside. 20 to go. We'll make our first change. Pryor's had a pretty poor game up front. So Aaron Presley will come on. He's got a better star rating. And hopefully he'll be able to hold it up well. Just 10 to go, nothing really happening. So again, we're just going to make a time-wasting stub. Richards on the left replaced by Giorgi, another player who's just as good as him. And with 5 more minutes left, I'll certainly think about a defensive change. I'm not quite sure who it's going to be yet, as we've got just 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Let's firstly go and put time-wasting on. We also want to slow the pace down when we get it. Take as much time over every goal kick, that we're going to leave our attacking line higher up the pitch. It looks like Gallagher's the man who needs to come off, but first we've got to throw into the defend. Badu on the left to Walker, the scorer. Into the box, Harbottle clears. Maycock back in, Harbottle away again. And now we've got a chance to counter. Giorgi's got a 3-on-2. Can he find the right pass? Over to Presley on the right. From the edge of the box, there's 2 in the middle, but he's forced wide out to Vaughan. Vaughan tries to deliver, does he? Instead cuts inside. Back to the edge of the box. Grant gets it into Jake Gallagher. He's going to find Tom Whelan. He's been the goal scorer so far. Could be the match winner as it stands. But now Walker is in 1-on-1 for Scunthorpe. Shoots and Hale Brown tips it wide. A wonderful piece of goalkeeping, and we've just got to see off the extra 4 minutes. Gallagher's absolutely knackered. I think I've got to take him off. Arthur Reed's going to come on in that position. Adebayo away on international duty, so we're relying on this guy. And he's going to play as a deep line playmaker today. I just want them to sit a little deeper. We'll drop Whelan to an automatic duty too. And let's get back in and see if we can defend the corner. We've certainly been good value for this result so far, as Presley does well to head away. And we're into stoppage time now. Oh, they've hit the post. No, not like that. They hit the post from 35 yards and Gilliard puts it in on a rebound. We're going to go back to our usual attacking state now. I know we may well lose it. A replay would still be a good result, but I feel like they're there for the taking. So we're not going to time waste anymore. Let's take that back off, and we're also going to distribute quickly again and just see if we can nick a late winner. Apologies for the tone, I'm absolutely deflated. A lucky rebound off the woodwork, and unfortunately it's Dorking 2, Scunthorpe 2, but we've given as good as we got against the League 2 side. It looks like it's going to be over as soon as this kick's taken. Hale Brown long down the left to Giorgi. Can we create one more chance? He's lost it to Clark and now we're in trouble. Long ball into Colclough, he's in 1-on-1. Is he going to score? Hale Brown saves the day. It's going to be a corner kick for the last touch, and hopefully the final whistle will spare us. Colclough delivers, Presley heads away. Where's that whistle, referee? We're a minute over. Lopez holds it up front and it's out for a Scunthorpe throw-in. A brilliant performance. These lads have fought so hard. We couldn't bear to lose it now, and we just need the referee's final whistle to save us before it's too late. It's Walker on the left-hand side. A free kick given for offside. We're now more than a minute over. Why have we not had the final whistle? A replay still would be a brilliant outcome, and we've certainly deserved to get a result. Hale Brown's going to take as long as he wants. We haven't got time wasting on anymore, but the final whistle goes. It is 2-2. What a wonderful game in the FA Cup. That's why we love the competition. We've got to tell the lads they were brilliant, and hopefully the finances will be boosted slightly, as we'll be heading to Glanford Park in just 10 days' time. I'm so upset we couldn't hold on. It would have been a brilliant moment for us, but a wonderful performance, and these lads competed, and it just shows that if we do go up to the National League, we'll be able to compete with the squad we've got. Let's see what it's done to the finances. Only about 50 grand up actually. Hopefully it'll get better once we get the replay, but not quite what we were hoping for today. I'd imagine it was almost a sellout. 1,732. Probably not close to a sellout actually, and I've got to say that's a little bit disappointing. Let's go and have a look at the schedule though for when we'll be back for the next episode. Apologies this one was slightly longer, but two wonderful games of football. If you did enjoy them and the entertaining spectacles our side are providing, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. I think we're going to leave it a couple of months now, maybe come back towards the end of January. We've not got too many games in between, unless of course we get through for another big cup tie. Away from home, I'd expect us to lose at Scunthorpe, and I'll probably now rest a few players as a result. We've done what we can financially, and the rest we'll have to let take care of itself. Of course, the only reason we might be back sooner is if we get a board takeover and some bad news, but hopefully that won't be the case, and we'll be able to continue our good work at Dorking. Let me know in the comments what you thought of those performances, and thinking ahead to next year now, we're 11 clear, so we should well get promoted, and based on what you've seen of our side against Scunthorpe, do you think they can compete at the higher level? Subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content. This is the last week on this current schedule, and then from next week on Monday, a week today, we'll be starting our FM20 head coach story, and I really can't wait to get going. From that point, we'll just be rotating each day, the head coach and then this Dorking save, but this week we've still got two more from our Luton Town series, so make sure you check the next one out tomorrow. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series as always. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another important episode where hopefully a new board won't have sacked us.